Ayotte.
Thank you, Chairman. It's really an honor to have you here, Mr. Tanzi, and thank you for coming today, and congratulations on being named the New England Veteran-Owned Small Business of the Year. It's terrific, and I'm glad to hear that you've been able to grow with the help of the Veterans Business Owners Initiative. And I know that you've already testified, but I also understand that you were the first Veterans Business Owners Initiative member in New Hampshire to reach 1 million in sales.
That's correct.
That's fantastic. And I know this started in New England, and that one of the things you have told this committee today is that this program has been effective and we should expand it nationwide. What can we do, you think, to be able to take what's happened in New England and really scale it up nationwide? And what, I know you've probably already talked about this, but what do you think the most important tool that is part of this program? You talked about the peer-to-peer mentoring aspect of it. You know, as you know, Senator Shaheen and I work together on a lot of these veterans issues, whether it's the health care issue, that we're trying to make sure that our veterans in New Hampshire get more access to health care because we don't have a full-service hospital, and wanting to make sure that whatever we're doing is the best to have that local connection, because I think that's probably why it's been so effective for you and helpful for the veterans. So just any thoughts for us on how we can take what you're seeing and make it for everyone to have that opportunity?
Thank you, Senator. It's good to see you again.
Great to see you.
See you. Couple supports for the Women-Owned Initiative in New Hampshire. I know I support the SBA on women's issues also.
Yes. Fantastic.
The VBOI, basically we have an idea how we can take this model. We have a model already set in place. We have the numbers all put together. And I would love the support of the Senate or Senate subcommittees to take a look at our numbers, to present a pilot program to where we could reach out to 10 local or 10 cities for pilot for 2 years and see how it goes. Mm-hmm. But my experience, the peer-to-peer mentorship between the veterans, whether it's man-on-man or woman-on-woman, we have women businesses in our group already. So yeah, it needs to get out there. We need your help.
Absolutely. So I have a question for you. Just one of the issues that we've been hearing a lot too on, because I serve on the Armed Services Committee as well, is so veterans, in terms of the experience they come out of the military with, we know that experience, incredible in terms of the training, the leadership skills, the ability to work with other people, but often how you put, let me use an example. You've been a sniper. How does that translate into a job description that an employer can understand so that we can make sure that veterans get hired more? And so wanting to make sure, like much of the training that you get in the military, there's often that private employers, veterans don't know how to translate that, or private employers, frankly, aren't translating this incredible skill set of our veterans so that they know what our veterans are capable of, so we can get more veterans hired. I just wanted to get your thought on that. I mean, you come to this obviously, with having served and having that experience of the peer-to-peer, but getting that issue of translation of skills so that we can get more veterans hired. I just wanted to get your thought on that.
It's basic military training. As we transpire through military training, it's drawn into us to lead by example and to expect the unexpected. Most veterans in a cohesive unit group knows what the guy to the left and the guy to the right does. And in case of troubling times and that person's no longer there, we can take up the slack. As a leader of a unit, you become in tune to exactly the needs and the attributes of each one of your members, and you learn how to key off those assets to trigger that veteran to the next level. unfortunately, in the business world, it's do or die. We want it done, why isn't it done yet? So the business owner in the real world doesn't really understand the concept of what goes through a military mind, because it's droned into us, it's driven into us, it's reactive. What I see time and time again is veterans coming back to veterans, and we can key off on those key points because we know them, and we take them to the next level of confidence. And once a military member that's been trained hits that confidence level, you can't stop them.
Right. I'm a little partial because I'm married to a veteran. He has his own business, so I see that. But I think getting that word out, whatever we can do to get the word out to employers, private employers, so that they're hiring more veterans would be terrific. So any thoughts down the line you have for us on that, I'd really appreciate it.
I'd like to add snipers and things of, individuals that have interesting jobs in the military that kind of have more of a difficulty of transitioning. Apprenticeship programs and training, specifically now all these certifications that they have out here in IT. At this point, all service members, they're operating on computers. They have email addresses, things, again, that didn't happen in our era. But nonetheless, they're very techy. So those types of programs need to be elaborated on. And the GI Bill funds need to be allocated for them to be able to use that for those sources, not just a typical 4-year degree. Because you're 30, 40 years old and you're not about to go to school or don't
Totally agree. And
desire.
there's actually a lot of great advanced manufacturing jobs where you need those skill sets and the pay is good. So if we can transition to that, that's not a 4-year degree, but getting those skills. So I appreciate it.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you.